everyone, this is Travis Quadlander here at Rush Truck Center's Dallas Peterbilt, and today we are looking at a beautiful Desert Turquoise 2024 Peterbilt 389 with a 72-inch flat top platinum sleeper. And great news, this truck is on the ground, ready to roll, and available now. This truck is spec'd very nicely, and it is pretty much a blank slate to be an awesome custom Peterbilt 389. This could be one of the very last opportunities to get a brand new 389 from the factory with this high level of spec, long wheelbase, and really, like I said, a blank slate ready to be fully customized. We ordered this truck in the same color and similar spec to a previous high-end dress up that we did in Desert Turquoise. And this truck, I mean, it's really a great opportunity for someone that wanted to have a custom 389. We have plenty of parts available and can get more parts if you need more unique customization. So let's jump right into it. Again, this is a Desert Turquoise 2024 Peterbilt 389 with a 72-inch flat top platinum sleeper. It's powered by the mother of them all, a Cummins X15 vocational series. You know what that means. 605 horsepower, and that 2050 pound-feet of torque on this engine. That's the highest horsepower and torque that you can get from the factory. Now what you do from it once it leaves here, if you want to find some more ponies in there, that's up to you. I won't ask you any questions. You don't need to tell me any lies. So, but it is spec'd very nicely with the 605 horsepower and the 2050 pound-feet of torque. It's of course spec'd with an 18-speed manual transmission. That's right, a true 3-pedal truck like God intended, and sitting on a long 308-inch wheelbase. I mean, she's got some legs on her. Of course, with that 308-inch wheelbase, we've got a full double frame on this truck. We've got all Dana axles. We've got the 5-inch car hauler drop with the air ride on the front suspension. We've got the low air leaf rear suspension, and again, all Dana axles, all aluminum wheels, all disc brakes. The haters are gonna say, well, there's no exhaust on there. That's right, we spec'd this truck without the vertical exhaust from the factory. It is a weed burner. If you saw the last Desert Turquoise truck, we actually rerouted the weed burner back through into true fully working exhaust. We can certainly put true fully working exhaust on here, whether you want to go with the old school 5-inch, the factory style 7-inch, or if you wanted to do straight pipe 7-inch, or with the 8-inch Dynaflex monster exhaust, we can certainly do that for you. There are perks to going with the dummy pipes on here as well if you want to do that. One, they don't get hot, so they're easier to keep clean because those bugs don't get caked on there. And obviously there's no DEF going through them since it's a weed burner exhaust. But if you're under the impression that it's not a true truck unless it has true working exhaust, we can custom fabricate true fully working exhaust for this truck. So one thing you have to be careful of whenever you order it with dummy pipes, if you plan on putting, order it with the weed burning exhaust and you plan on putting pipes on there, is to omit this transition fairing, so that way everything gets painted correctly in there, as well as putting your exhaust brackets on there. So we do have that on there spec'd correctly for you. Up top, no horns on the roof. We've already added your train horn, which you got a nice view of right there. Again, no exhaust in there. If we are gonna put exhaust on there, obviously we will relocate that train horn for you. Not exactly sure why the technician mounted it there, but hey, it was an easy spot for him. Not gonna hold that against him. Happy to relocate that for you. So train horn's already been added. We will relocate it if needed. We've got 5 marker lights on the roof, so if you want to convert that to 7 or 18 marker lights, or shoot, even if you wanted 9 marker lights, we can make that happen for you. No visor from the factory, so it's ready to get whatever type of drop visor you want to put on there. Of course, our characteristic split windshield design on the 389 that we know and love. Got the standard mirrors with your 8-inch spot mirror. That top mirror is motorized and both mirrors are heated. We've got the additional turn signals on there, so if you want to customize those, they're already there, wiring's already there, very easy to do. We've got the 15-inch premium stainless steel breathers, of course, tons of options on the breathers, any type of lights that you want to put on the breathers, front and back, inside the breathers, chop the breathers, paint the breathers, whatever you'd like to do, we can certainly accommodate that for you. This is a desert turquoise, again, is the color. If you've been tuning into the channel for a while, you've seen this has been a really cool, unique color that we've done on some trucks in the past, and one for Douglas and Marielle, where Marielle got proposed to here. I will never forget that moment. That was an awesome, awesome experience. If you have time, go back and watch that. That was a really, really cool experience to be a part of. Douglas and Marielle, of course, I always wish you all the best. Y'all are a great couple, and so honored that you let me be a part of that experience. So it's a little overcast today, so in direct sunlight, I would say this color looks a shade lighter. Of course, with the cloudy skies, it looks a bit darker. Desert turquoise is a pretty unique color. There are plenty of turquoise trucks out on the road. I shouldn't say plenty, but there are several different colors of turquoise. If you are lucky enough to take this truck home, you'll be very popular at the fuel islands and loading stations, and probably gonna have plenty of people coming up to you and say, oh, I had a truck that color back in such and such day, or my uncle had a truck that same color. All right, that's very cool. If they really did, odds are it's probably a different shade of turquoise, but not a problem. We love the conversation pieces that these trucks are. So nice little segue there. Again, car hauler, 5-inch drop on the steer axle with the air ride. We've got Michelin Low Pro 22.5s all the way around. Of course, all aluminum wheels, the premium Alcoas with the round holes. We've already put hubs and lug covers on there. If you want to put different hub and lug covers on there, we're happy to accommodate that. Again, Michelin Low Pro 22.5s all the way around with the old school round holes. I love doing the round holes on the Low Pro 22.5s, especially with the kind of old school single stage paint and this kind of old school kind of vibe on the 72-inch flat top. Battery disconnect switch right here on the battery. So if we put any type of panel on here, it's going to cover that up. Makes it a little bit harder to access, but it's also going to prevent jerks at the truck stop from turning that off on you. And then you got to hop back out and turn the battery back on, and then anyways. Heavy duty step reinforcements. Don't love the way those look, but I do love the functionality of them. Dual 150-gallon fuel tanks with 4 straps on each tank. We've got the rear mounted def tank, of course, the symmetrical edge on the fuel tanks, so they line up perfectly. But with the rear mounted def tank, I think it's a really clean look. If you want to hide that def tank, it makes it a little bit easier with the rear mount. Or if you want to, say, maybe lose that on a bumpy road, it's a little easier setup having the dual 150s. Again, don't ask me no questions. I won't tell you no lies. Got your Z-bar back here, so if we need to relocate it somewhere, we've got extra lines in there, or plenty of room to move that wherever you need it. We've also got the diversion valves right there, so that means we've got the air and electric lines going out the end of the frame as well. On the back of the sleeper, we've got both your CB and your radio antenna right there. 4 flush mounted load lights. If you want to add more load lights, we can certainly do that for you. And we've got the single rear window, the dark tent. It is a single rear window. It's not a sliding window. In my opinion, I think it looks a little bit cleaner and just less likely to have any leaking issues in the future. We've got hex bolts on the frame, not the huck bolts. So again, really clean look. Well, with these cheap old black plastic poly armor quarter fenders, because let's face it, if you're buying this truck, you're putting custom fenders on it. If you don't want to put custom fenders on it, you want some stainless steel Hodge built ones, we probably got some takeoffs laying around that we can throw on there for you. Again, low air leaf on the rear suspension, all Dana axles. This one has a 308-inch wheelbase and a 308 gear ratio. So this thing is made to move in the left lane, made for driving fast, making those deliveries. Got a Holland FWAL fifth wheel with the Teflon plate. So that's our aluminum fifth wheel. We can certainly polish that one up nicely if you'd like for it to be done. And that greaseless fifth wheel is very nice. Of course, all disc brakes. You've also got your air and electric lines going out the end of the frame. We can certainly put quick connects on there for a cleaner look if you'd like that instead of the glad hands. We've also got the backup and tail lights mounted underneath the frame. So if we're gonna do any type of custom light bar, makes it very convenient to switch that out. And look at all this frame space. I mean, so much frame space. I love these long wheelbase trucks. They just look so cool, especially on a flat top. I feel like it accentuates the long wheelbase even more on a flat top compared to a high roof. Again, this is a weed burner, so you get the old school toolbox on the passenger side. So you've got that mirror look with the battery box and the toolbox on the other side. This is a functional toolbox as well. There's a look at your DPF SCR system right there. Haters are also going to say, what's wrong with that bumper? Well, we ordered it with the cheapest bumper from the factory because, let's face it, someone buying this truck is probably putting a custom bumper on there. If you want an 18-inch Texas style bumper, we probably got a takeoff laying around we could throw on there for you. But if you want to put a custom bumper on there, we've got plenty of options, 20-inch, 22-inch. Happy to put whatever bumper you want on there. Gosh, I'm just really excited about this truck. I don't know if I sound corny on the video, but I'm just excited for the opportunity because I know these kind of really high spec 389s that are like a blank slate that are just ready to be dressed up with some custom dress up. They're few and far between, and this is just a great example. I love the color, I love the spec, and really excited for the next owner of the truck and what their vision is for it. That's why I paused there. Again, the front end on a 389, is there anything more beautiful? Even as naked as she looks with no visor, no pipes, no lights, cheap bumper. I mean, just a beautiful truck. And like I said, just really excited for whatever the next owner's vision is and can't wait to see it come together, whether it be in our custom shop or if they take it somewhere and do the dress up themselves. Just really excited for it because, I mean, there ain't nothing prettier than a Pete 389. Before we go inside, this does have the California Certified Clean Idle sticker from the factory. We did not get the CARB certification from the factory, but we can add the CARB certification before you take delivery of this truck. So if you are a customer wanting to register or domicile or operate this truck in California and need the CARB certification, this truck can qualify for it. So even if you're in California or in one of the states that is adopting California's regulations, this truck will work for you. So good to know right there. Taking a look inside the truck, of course, we've got a platinum interior. We went with the Arctic gray interior, all wood grain dash. So look at our Sears Atlas 80 UltraLeather seats. These are my favorite seats from the factory. Very nice, soft leather, very wide base, very comfortable. Even on this 308-inch wheelbase with the double frame, stamped weight from the factory is only 18,736 pounds. What other truck can you get with a 308-inch wheelbase and still stay below 19,000 pounds and it actually be a cool truck? I don't know. Taking a look inside the truck. Again, we've got platinum interior. Of course, our digital dash, we've got just under 48 miles on the ticker, so the next owner will be the first person to sneeze in it. Went with the premium leather wrap steering wheel. Of course, that's our smart wheel with our steering wheel mounted cruise control, audio and Bluetooth controls, and of course our digital dash controls. Notice there's no nanny systems on here, no Bindex Fusion, no sonar, no cameras or anything like that. So this is a fully manual truck. As I half jokingly say, you can drive this truck straight into a wall if you want to, and there's not going to be anything on here to stop you. So again, I half jokingly say that. Please don't do that. No CB radio from the factory, but if you do want to get the factory style CB radio with the housing, we can install that for you. Of course, it's already pre-wired for it. And we also put the external speaker and the headliner for the CB radio. All gauges in the B panel. It's got 12 physical gauges and 8 air switches on there. We've got 3 additional air switches. Wouldn't be surprised if someone puts a dump switch for the steer axle on this truck, so that can take up 1 space. If you add any type of lift bumper, that could take up another space. We've already got the trailer dump valve on here, but let's say you've got a lift axle on your trailer, you've even got an extra switch for that. No PTO on the truck, but it does have the PTO switch, so that's nice to have on there. Of course, your your drive axle airbag dump, and then your 5th wheel slide right there. No dual lockers on this truck, but it does have the driveline inner axle lock. And if you do really need dual lockers on there or locking differential, we can add that actually, and it would be fully warranted and fully covered by Dana, because it would be all OEM Dana parts. We did order this with a custom built for plate because we wanted to have that. Of course, the new owner, we're going to have to take this piece out and etch the correct person's name or company that they want on there. So that'll be a cool custom piece. So look at our Eaton Fuller 18-speed manual transmission. It's also got the chrome shifter. Failed to mention earlier, we've got rubber floor in the cab, so it's going to be very easy to keep clean, and carpet in the sleeper, which is kind of the best of both worlds. If you don't want to have all carpet in here, you've got the easier to maintain rubber floor in the cab and that soft on your feet carpet in the sleeper. There's a look at our 72-inch platinum flat top sleeper. Again, you've got that rear window, which really helps out with your visibility, especially on a long wheelbase truck like this. Went with the premium mattress, which is pretty much a must-have in my opinion. Also have the business center right here in this closet. So again, this tray slides out, works as a great workstation or place to have a meal, and of course this lifts up. You've got nice storage underneath. 2 more drawers that slide out with these plastic containers that come out. Ooh. Again, 2 of those. And then 1 more tray at the bottom, perfectly designed to fit your 12-ounce cans, or days when I'm not wearing boots, I like to put my shoes there so they're out of the way. Full-size closet over here. There is no fridge from the factory on the 72-inch flat tops, but if you do want a fridge, we can certainly add one. We have a couple options. We can go with the Iowa Customs one. that'll take up the whole closet. Typically, they go with the microwave fridge combo on this closet. The other option is we have a local shop that will take this door off and then put a fridge there on the bottom, put a carpet lined shelf on there so it looks nearly OEM as possible. Full-size sleeper door, which means it's very easy for you to get your items in and out of the sleeper without having to go through the cab, which is nice, and is also a nice emergency exit, God forbid, in the event of a fire. 2 cup holders at the top of the mattress. This kind of cushioned little storage compartment right here underneath. Plenty of 12-volt power outlets as well. Lifting up the mattress, very easy. There's a little tab right here that you pull on. Got a little kind of shelf right there. Tons of storage underneath the mattress. Of course, we've got your fire extinguisher, hazard triangles, and toe pins all right there. There's a look at our beautiful legacy cab on the 389. Such a cool, timeless look on there. And of course, out that beautiful split windshield design, that of course is the best view in trucking. All you got to do is point that Peterbilt wing on the horizon and keep on trucking. I have a feeling this view is going to be improved with a nice drop visor added to this windshield. Let's go ahead and take a look underneath the hood. Before we do that, I always love to show that we have our characteristic stamped oval stainless steel grille. That's going to protect your radiator in the event that you hit any debris out there on the road. It's going to allow you to get your load done because that radiator is protected, not damaged, and worry about cosmetic issues later if you even have those. Of course, Peterbilt is the only Class 8 manufacturer with an all aluminum hood, which makes it very easy for me to open that hood one-handed even while I'm filming, which means you and your drivers, of course, are going to be much more likely to do their pre-trip inspections, find any minor issues before they become major ones. And of course, that right there is our beautiful Cummins X15 vocational series engine with the 605 horsepower and that 2050 pound-feet of torque. I love that the vocational series engines get this darker gray aluminum badging with the brushed aluminum lettering. Again, I think it fits the style of the engine very nicely. We had to, of course, order this truck with the Davco 382 fuel water separator. My buddy Aaron Bulkley, who's taking home a new 389 shortly, he swears that is the best fuel water separator in the industry, and I'm not going to argue with that. We've got remote lube points and our greasable front springs, and of course our ride like a cloud air ride front suspension with that 5-inch car hauler drop. Again, all disc brakes on this truck as well. Of course, we've got our removable bug screen. It's hard to say quickly. Removable bug screen. Now let's look underneath the hood. And that's a look at our beautiful Desert Turquoise 2024 Peterbilt 389 with 72-inch flat top platinum sleeper. Again, this truck is really like a blank slate, ready to be fully customized, whether you do that here in our rig up shop or take it home yourself and do it. Really excited for what the future holds for this truck and what the next owner's final vision is of it. Spec'd nicely. I mean, biggest engine you can get from the factory. 18-speed transmission, platinum interior, nice long wheelbase, aluminum fifth wheel. The list goes on and on. Nearly every single box checked, and if you need a box checked, we can customize it most likely. Again, this truck is on the ground, ready to roll here at Rush Truck Centers, Dallas Peterbilt. Give me a call. My name is Travis Quadlander. I'm here at Rush Truck Centers, Dallas Peterbilt, right here in Irving, Texas. My cell phone is 817-504-7220. Hablo español, puede llamarme al 817-504-7220, or come see us at Rush Truck Centers, Dallas Peterbilt, right here in Irving, Texas, off of Loop 12 and Union Bower. Folks, this is going to be one of your last opportunities to get a brand new 389 from the factory with this high-end spec, long wheelbase, flat top. If you've been thinking about it, you missed some opportunities on some other trucks, don't miss out on this beautiful truck. I'd love to help you out. Just a great opportunity, and if we're gonna be going out with the 389s, we might as well go out with the bang on this one. I'd love to help you out with it. As always, I want to thank everyone in the trucking and transportation industry for keeping our country running while we need you the most. You all truly are the backbone of our country and keep us running when we need you the most. We're going to do our best to honor you, support you, and show our appreciation for you. I look forward to hearing from you. Drive safe.